Hello boys and girls, welcome along. It is our last stream for a little while, the final stream before we disappear off on our Florida trip. And don't worry, we've got a lot of very fun content planned for the Florida trip, so you're not gonna miss us while we're gone. There's going to be plenty going on. We might even do a stream while we're there. I haven't decided yet. There is the possibility we'll have equipment with us. We're going to have all the gear with us, so there potentially could be a stream while we're there. We'll have to see. But our last one in this room for 3 weeks. I'll say up front at the start of the stream so people can come back and check. The next stream should be Friday the 15th of May. So 3 weeks today should be, I think that's 3 weeks today, should be our next stream. And yeah, I'm not completely sure what I'm going to be building tonight. As you can see, it is just me. Anna is doing some last minute packing and last minute washing and various other, you know what the lady folk are like the night before you disappear on a trip. We're leaving tomorrow morning. So yeah, Anna is doing final Anna stuff. Whereas, I mean, I'll pack a few minutes before we get in the car, because that's what we do. So the choices we've got for tonight, if we're looking to do something for the city, we could do this, because this is going to be going in the city. It's going to be going in the Ninjago area. I did toy with getting the Temple Bounty, the Ninjago ship, but decided actually let's mix the themes up a little bit. Let's get the One Piece ship, the Going Merry. So that is one option, and as you can see, I am dressed the part for that. That is purely by coincidence. Or we could ignore the city for tonight and work on one of these that have been sat on the shelf for a little while as part of my trying to get into Technic. So if you'd rather see me do a Technic car, let me know. So ship or car, and then if you choose car, we'll pick which one to do afterwards, because I realise that if I give you all three choices now, the car vote will be split and the boat will just naturally win. But yeah, let me know whether you want to see ship or car down in the comments. Feel free to let us know what you're going to be building along with us down in the chat. And of course, I've got my Holy ready to keep me hydrated throughout. The link in the pinned message should work for once. We have all kinds of problems with it, but I think it's working. And I am on a lemon flavour one because I've packed my... See, I'm pretending I've not packed. I have packed. I've already packed my my lime, mint and matcha iced tea, my lemon honey iced tea, the blue raspberry and the strawberry and kiwi. They've all already been packed. We're not taking the lemon, so I've got a lemon. Right, it's pretty convincingly ship, so we're going to do ship. We're not going to mess around any longer. Let's crack on with the ship. I'm not sure that we're going to get it all done this evening. It's 1,376 pieces. Came out last August, I think. The Going Merry pirate ship, and does look very cool. I have now watched the first couple of episodes of One Piece, because the sets that are coming out this year look really cool as well. So I decided it was high time I got into One Piece. As you can see, I already have the shirt. I think this was one of the shirts that QWERTY sent me for free. I don't think I deliberately picked this one because I'm not that into One Piece yet that I'm going to be buying the shirts for it. But I've mentioned before, I've got so many referral codes on QWERTY that every time I order one, they send me a free one that they pick. So I think this is one that they sent me. But let's crack open and have a little look. We'll pop that behind us there, so anyone who turns up in the stream can see what we're building. That is going to balance, isn't it? Yeah, it's not. Let's try and even it out a little bit. There you go. And then, ta-da! Oh, there's the sail. That is quite cool, actually. I thought it was going to be cloth, but it's not. It's plasticky. Oh, very nice. Yeah, you lot are going to have your Bricklink sets, aren't you? Because obviously we had the Bricklink restock this week, and I know from the last time we did one just how quickly those Bricklink restock sets come out. It is literally within a couple of days. Was it Monday that happened? I probably could have ordered on Monday and had them by now, because I've seen on Discord a few of you have had yours through. So let me know what you got. I managed to stop myself from ordering the Transylvania one again. I got it at the time when Series 5 was originally out, and then sold it because it was too big. It was the only one I was missing. I hovered over it. I had it in my basket temporarily, but managed to hold off on buying it. So we've got 10 plastic bags. 10 paper bags, a little plastic bag of bits that are going to help to hold up the sail. The sail, and then in here we'll have the instruction manual and presumably a sticker sheet as well. In fact, we've got a sticker sheet and a couple of smaller flags as well. And let's find my phone, scan for my 20 points, and then we can crack on with building. And of course we are going to be using the block party tray again, which we're not any further along with that. They'll go on sale at some point after we get back from Florida, but there's been no further progress on them this week because I have just spent the whole week stacking up videos for the 2 channels. You'll all be glad to know everything I'm pre-recording is now scheduled. So I did get everything done in the end. There's still obviously all the videos that I need to record while we're in Florida, and we do have a lot of stuff planned. But yeah, everything that needed pre-recording across all the channels is pre-recorded. So I am ready. I am in holiday mode. I am ready to party. Because while I'm on holiday, I only have to make like 2 videos a day. That's much less work than I have to do at home. I got Adventure in Transylvania, nice. Transylvania Antique Shop and Popcorn Stand, wowzers. I'm building the cars from the Creole House and the accompanying minifigures. Love the dark red colour of the first car, nice. First 3 came yesterday, got Tortuga coming. Kev, if you decide you want Transylvania after you return, I do have a spare. No. I mustn't. I must not. Am I going to the Oxford Lego store opening? No, we won't be back by the time that happens. I ended up not going to Leeds yesterday because I looked at a map and saw how far away Leeds was. And yeah, we'll still be away when the Oxford one opens, so we'll be missing that as well. I will get to a store opening at some point, but that some point is not going to be in May, it seems. I bought a 1 piece once, took it back for a refund. It was faulty. There were hundreds of pieces. Lovely stuff. I think that the Shrek sets look fantastic, and think Lego did a really good job with Shrek's face. Yeah, definitely. Compared, like you say, compared to some of the other nightmarish faces there have been in recent months, I think they've done a remarkably good job with the Shrek sets. So that's cool. Oh, we've got different colours of the same piece here. This is a recipe for disaster. Who's let the colourblind guy in here on his own? Goodness me. Right, where does that go? That goes there. Interestingly, for what I think is going to be a decent sized ship, have I seen this built? I'm not sure I have seen this built, but we don't have the big boat piece for the base. It's all brick built by the looks of it, unless it's hidden in one of the other bags. But I think no, even like the Pirates of the Caribbean one had boat base pieces in it, I think. This seems like it's going to be entirely brick built, which is cool. We do like a pirate ship. Pirate ships are splendid. Last 2 bags of Luigi cart, lovely stuff. And we've got these as well to go on here. So I'm guessing that's the front or back of said boat. It's a light, and it seems really dark in here. I think when we get back, we're going to need to invest in some light bulbs again. The light bulbs seem to dim over time. Is that a thing that light bulbs can do? We had it before where it just felt like it was always a bit dark in here, and we swapped the light bulbs out, even though they were all still theoretically working. We swapped the light bulbs out, and we had much better light in here for months. So I don't know if light bulbs do go dim, or if that was all in my head. But it feels dark in here, which is unacceptable. What app do you use to see what CMF is in the box? I can never remember the name. I don't have an app that's a favourite. I don't do it very often because I usually buy a full box. But on the rare occasions I do want to do it, like if I'm looking to buy extras of a particular figure, I'll just stand in the shop and Google minifig scanner, and whichever one comes up, I'll use that one. I don't have any skin in the game. Maybe one day we'll have our own one. But at the moment, I just use whichever one comes up on Google. I mean, I'll say it quietly so I don't upset any of them. They all seem to work the same way. I don't think you can really go too far wrong with them. I've never found one that doesn't work. So I think whichever one you stumble across, I don't think there's a wrong answer. Don't be paying to use it. As long as it's free to use, I don't think you can go wrong. Oh, I forgot the Wang Jangler. There you go. We have got an orange Wang Jangler as well as part of this set. The antique shop from Bricklink Designer Program will be arriving this afternoon. Lovely. That was on my long list of sets to build on this stream. The only reason I didn't is because it's really difficult to do the Bricklink sets on stream, because we use the iPad for the chat and the laptop for the thing, the actual stream. So it's difficult to I'd have to use my phone, I guess, or my little iPad mini, and no one wants to use an iPad mini. They're small. We don't do small. LED lamps, some have a dimmer. And you have to hold the button. No, there's just light bulbs in the ceiling. They're the ones that are dim. The actual like studio lighting in here is never very bright. That's deliberately set up. Matt fiddled with the settings on the lighting and the camera to basically make it so that we didn't have to have the lights blinding us, so they're not actually that bright. The three that we've got for illuminating us and the Lego, they're certainly not bright enough to work from, which is why we have the big light on as well. But it's the big light that feels dimmer than it normally is at the moment, which I'm sure is probably a thing. Thomas asks, what are you most excited about during the trip? I think just we've never been to America before. We've never left Europe before. So I think just how different everything is going to be is just very exciting. We've done Disneyland Paris many, many times, so we kind of know what to expect in general from Disney. But as people keep telling us, this is on a whole other scale, and I'm very excited to just take it all in and experience it all. I think it's going to be very overwhelming, very tiring, and loads of fun. And we will have lots of content coming off the back of it. Anyone not familiar with our pre-Lego work, the good old vlog channel will be coming back to life for the trip. Long before Lego was a thing, we were daily vloggers back when that was a thing. And the vlog channel still exists. It's called Kevin Chapman, and there will be vlogs on it throughout the trip, so you can keep up to date with what we do while we're away. I imagine the first video will be out by the middle of next week, and then there'll be one every couple of days for the best part of a month, I should think. We'll be vlogging every day, but I don't want to have to sit there editing every day, so we'll release them every other day. So it'll probably be about a month's worth of content on the channel. It'll be like the good old days. And if we get gazillions of views, we'll have to travel a bit more often to do a bit more travel vlogging. That'll be our justification to the accountant to say, look, we can spend more money on travel. Look how many views it gets. And he'll go, okay, Kevin, go and book a trip to Japan immediately. And I'll say, okay, if you insist. These are all excellent impressions, by the way. What phone do I have? Whatever the newest and biggest iPhone is. I lost count of the numbers about 10 phones ago, so I don't know. I couldn't tell you which one it actually is. 16, 17, 18, somewhere in that kind of range. It's the newest one. Every time they bring out a new one, I usually upgrade. So, yeah, it's that one. Nerds will know better than me. June is looking very expensive. June is looking very expensive. I've made a video about it that's going to release next week sometime. And even since making the video, there's more stuff that has started to emerge. It is insane what's happening in June. And I think it wasn't until I put that video together. I mean, I've kept up with everything as it's been leaked and as it's been announced. So it's one thing kind of sort of being aware of everything that's coming because it's fed to you piece by piece. But the way I've put this video together, you kind of get it all in one go and it's like, okay, wow. Actually seeing it all together like that, there's over 100 sets. At the time of recording, there was like 120 sets coming out on the 1st of June. There's been at least another 20 leaks since then. And we're still over a month away. So it's going to be absolutely insane. And it's not like a load of cheap filler. There's so many big, expensive sets coming out as well. It is definitely going to be a time for us all to be sensible and only buy the ones we really, really, really want. And it's certainly going to be an exercise in us learning to wait for a lot of the sets. What do you think of the new 3-in-1 pirate ship? I do like a pirate ship. So yeah, that's me being positive. Just finished Blastoise from the big set. Really enjoying the build. The way the shell and the cannons come together is really clever. Also sorted my Holy Order. That all sounds like you've had a wonderfully positive experience of all of those activities. It is a lot of fun as well. Both the Holy and the Lego set. You win on all counts. Alright, where does this go? There. There you go, we've got something loosely boat-shaped at the front of here now. And then we're turning around, putting some little rascals on. Thomas asks, do you recommend One Piece and does it appease the older audience? I mean, I've only seen like 3 episodes. I am enjoying it so far. But that's all I can say. It's far too early for me to recommend it. But I guess, ultimately, if you've got Netflix, it doesn't cost anything to give it a try, does it? It's definitely worth a look to see if you like it. For sure. I've put that in the wrong bit. Got the Popcorn Wagon Bricklink Designer program this week, but I only built the base plate thingy to get my mind off of Technic, and I'm back to Technic tonight to continue with the orange Porsche from a couple of years ago. Lovely. The way you build Lego fascinates me. How do you look at the page? How do you look at the page and just piece it together? I'm not sure what you mean. How do you do it? I mean, there's arrows and circles and stuff all over the page. Even for my old man colourblind eyes, it's pretty clear where the new pieces are. That shouldn't be popping out. Am I doing Lego in a particularly unusual way? I don't think I am. I've never really sat and watched someone else build though, so maybe I am. Maybe I build like a crazy person. Bag 2. Woohoo! There you go. Ellie Townsend, thank you very much for 24 months as a channel member. Lovely stuff. We've got a guy with a sword, or many swords. I can't remember any of the character names yet, so I don't remember what his name is. Sword guy. I get a reference though. There's an option to put a sword in his mouth. I get this reference. I have 2 nights left of the Notre Dame. Can't afford more Lego. Need to save. That is fair enough. Always good to be sensible. All right. So let's pop his hair on. Where is his hair? But then we've got an option to have a mouth sword. Does he have green hair? I don't remember this guy having green hair. If he's the guy I'm thinking of. Maybe I don't get the reference. I use most of my budget on the Creel House and Adventures in Transylvania, so showing restraint in June won't be that difficult. I mean, that's fair enough. It has already been an expensive year, and it's only going to get expensive. So yeah, he's got 2 swords already, but we have this piece, which is a sword with a neck attachment, so we can stick that on and make him have a sword in his mouth as well as a 3rd sword. I'm going to pop his hair off and put his little hat on. Ah, good catch. Me showing off my mutant powers there, being able to catch that before it even fell off the table. There you go. Now he's old 3 swords. Lovely stuff. Yeah, Billy 3 Swords is his name. The only set I'm getting in the summer is the Snoopy Doghouse. That is a set I already have pre-ordered. I do like me a bit of Snoopy. Snoopy is my guy. Right, where do you go there? Yeah. Near enough. Cat-like reflexes, exactly. I could have been England goalkeeper if I'd have tried. I reckon I was just too busy doing all the other nerdy things, just like everything else in my life. Never committed at one thing for long enough. I never did one thing for a very long time other than Football Manager, and then YouTube. Lego has now been one of my longest running, like, active doing everyday things. We've been doing Lego content for 2.5 years now, which is longer than I ever had a real job for. The longest I ever spent in a real job was 2 years. So my longest job by far has been content creator. And if you want to break it down, like my longest job, Football Manager content creator. I don't think we did the daily vlog as long as we've done Lego now. So my second longest job I've had in my life has been Lego content creator. Does Hannah know about my lack of commitment? She does. She is well aware. It's not a lack of commitment. I just get bored easily. I have an inquisitive mind. And one of my favourite things to do is learn. I love learning. Which is why I would move from job to job, because I would start a new job, learn it, get good at it, get bored of it, move on. And I think the thing that's kept me in YouTube for as long as it has, and the thing that should hopefully keep me in Lego as well, is that you can't learn it all in 2 years, and even if you do, it all changes, so you have to learn it all again. So that's the advantage content creation has. Anything that I knew 2 years ago is pretty much irrelevant now. I've been in the same job for approaching 20 years now, but Lego for over 40. Nice. I've never had a job interview and I'm 39. I am, however, tempted to try and get a job in the Lego store for 10 hours a week for the fun of it. That does sound fun. The early access and the discount, all very tempting. I haven't had a job interview for... When would my last job interview have been? 2014? Is that right? Yeah, that's probably right. 2014, I think, was my last job interview. Hopefully, 2014, last job interview I'll ever have. Because I am pretty determined to never work for somebody else again for another day of my life. I don't care for it. Building Piglet tonight. Piglet was on my list. I've still haven't built Piglet. I retired at 56, so I read, build Lego and vlog for fun. What a life. I retired at... how old? What am I? I retired at 33 to do those same things. Except I do have to earn money from them because I didn't actually retire. Oh dear. Have a job interview in 2 weeks after I finish college. Nice. Job interviews are often AI, so your friend ChatGPT would already know you. Good old ChatGPT, eh? I've certainly never had to apply for a job in the AI age. It just does seem fascinating. Just like how I wasn't ever single while the apps were a thing. I think the apps were just starting when me and Anna met. When I bought Anna out of the catalogue. But I don't think that was old school internet dating. That was eHarmony. That's not the apps, is it? There was no swiping involved. So yeah, I never experienced that, and I've never experienced having to get a job in a world where everybody does their CV with AI. So quite glad I'm out of all that nonsense. Dave Grohl, lead singer of Foo Fighters, builds Lego in his spare time and has built the Eiffel Tower. Nice. What a clever chap. All the cool folk build Lego. Why wouldn't they? It's fun. I fly to Tenerife on Tuesday. Very excited. Nice. Whereabouts are you going? I do like Tenerife. I've been to Tenerife a couple of times. It's one of the few places I've been back to. I don't often go back, like other than Disney, which I go back to all the time, but like normal holiday destinations, I tend not to go back to, but we've been to Tenerife a couple of times now. Right, what have I done wrong here? I've done something wrong. Have I done something wrong? No. I'm just a handsome buffoon. So I did do something a smidgen wrong. Me and my girlfriend are going on our first holiday to Disneyland Paris next year. Really excited. Very cool. It's the best place in the world. Anna and Pab keep telling me that I'm going to love Florida even more. I struggle. I really struggle to believe. Well, don't get me wrong. I'm really looking forward to the trip, and I think a lot of the outside of Disney stuff is going to be really awesome. But I think from a purely Disney perspective, I just can't believe that it's going to be a better experience than Paris, because I'm going to have to leave the bubble, and I don't have to leave the bubble in Paris. And I am obsessed with not having to leave the bubble. I love the fact that when I go to Disneyland Paris, if you're staying in a Disneyland hotel at Disneyland Paris, you turn up on your first day, you park your car, and you don't see it again until you leave. And from that moment on, you are in Disney and you never leave. You never spend a moment outside of that bubble. You're always inside it. And I love that. And we're not going to get that in America because it's too big to be able to do that. We have to travel between them, and obviously we're going to go out to other places that aren't Disney as well. So I think I'm going to love it. I don't think I could love it as much as Paris. I'm very keen to be convinced otherwise. I would love to be wrong, but it's not happened yet, boys and girls. But yeah, I am really keen to see how it compares. Can we talk about Arsenal? We'll talk about Arsenal when I get back. When I get back, I had a look at the dates and stuff. By the time I get back, Arsenal will be top of the league again and in the Champions League final, and we can talk. We will talk all night when I get back. But for now, no good can come from talking about Arsenal this evening. Let them do their thing. We'll only get in the way. Florida wipes the floor with Paris. The scale is wild. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that side of things is great, but the accessibility stuff doesn't seem as good. Like, we've never had to queue in Paris because the accessibility stuff is spot on. They're really good at it. So I've never queued for a ride. I think if I get there and I have to queue for a ride, that's going to be a bit of a culture shock that I don't really like. I hate queuing. I am not a queuer. I really don't like it. But we don't find out if we're going to get, I don't even know what they call it, the accessibility thing. I won't even know if we've got that or not until we get there, because we can't apply for it until we're there. And then having to leave the bubble to move between parks. I think it's going to be great, but great in a different way. I suspect, this is my prediction now, I think I'll come away from it saying it was fantastic. It's the best trip I've ever been on. What an incredible experience. However, if we're judging it on the criteria of magic, I don't believe it can be as magical as Disneyland Paris. And like I say, would love to be proven wrong. Would we consider going to Disney California? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's on the list. We want to go to all of them. So it's definitely on the list, but it made sense to do Florida first because it's bigger. And for our first trip to America, we may as well do big because that's their speciality. But yeah, I would anticipate over the next few years we'll do California. At the very least, we'll do California and Tokyo as well. And then if we're still enjoying the process, keep adding more would be the plan. You don't leave the Disney bubble. I mean, we will, because we'll be going to Universal and we'll be going to Legoland. And we'll be like just having to get on a bus. I don't want to get on a bus. I like being able to walk out of my hotel and be in the Disney Village. And I like being in the Disney Village and being able to just walk to either of the parks within 2 minutes. Whereas everything in Florida obviously is a little bit more, you need a little bit more planning and a little bit more journeying. We'll see. Like I say, I am desperate to think it's the best place I've ever been. I think it'd be awesome. But I guess apart from anything else, I'm trying to temper my own expectations. I'd rather expect it to be not as good and then be wrong than go in there expecting it to be much better and be wrong. So I think my way is safer. I want to do Disney Sea. We've looked at it. I don't think we're ever going to be able to justify the price, because the price of it compared to a normal cruise is astronomical. And I don't see how it can be Disneyfied enough to justify the cost compared to a normal cruise. If we transition into full-blown Disney adults, which I guess we're most of the way there already, but if we do, then maybe it's something we do at some point. But there's so many cruises I want to do before that one. Can we get my take on Spurs? It's not nice to kick them while they're down. And they basically are. Do you know which Lego stores you're hitting up? I know I'll be going to the Disney Springs Lego store. I haven't looked if there's any other Lego stores nearby, but I'll be going to the Disney Springs Lego store for the 1st of May. I'm going to Orlando Brick Company. I've already got that arranged. I'm trying to get in touch with Bricks and Minifigs because I want to go there as well. And we're going to Legoland, so we'll go to the Lego store there as well, obviously. I need a part from Bag 9. Are you serious? That's not how this is supposed to work. What do you mean I need a part from Bag 9? I'm not opening Bag 9. Is that what that means? Or is it telling me to save it to use with... That can't be what that is intending for me, surely. I don't even know where you would put it. I can't even see where that piece is. It's telling me something about Bag 9, but then I can't see where that piece even goes. So I think I'm just going to ignore it. But I'm certainly not opening bag 9 now, if that's what it means. Because that's just asking for a mess. I might not even get to bag 9 tonight. I'm not leaving an open bag here for 2 weeks. That's crazy talk. I'm guaranteed to forget about that. You should go to Inter Miami's new stadium. I'm not going to Miami. That seems too far away. I haven't got time to do stuff like that. It's our first time going to America. We have a very packed 2-week schedule just from stuff in Orlando and relatively close by. So we will pretty much be in theme parks every day, whether it's Disney, Universal or Legoland. We don't really have time for anything that's not theme park or Lego shopping related. Maybe on a future trip we can do some other stuff like that, but we are very much going to be giddy, excitable first timers on this trip. Try to fit everything in. You save it and it gets put in during bag 9. Okay, I'll allow it then. That makes more sense. Still don't really understand why we're doing that though. Why it's not just in bag 9. That seems bananas. Why would it not just be in bag 9? There we go. I think this is the back of the ship, so I think this is our size, which feels small. Maybe this isn't the back of the ship. What do you think is the best value for money on-site Disneyland Paris hotel? Best value for money is probably Newport Bay, I think, because it's like location and amenities wise as good as Hotel New York, but a fraction of the price. So you get to be, it's about as close as you can get without having to sell a kidney. Yeah, so I think I'd probably, it's certainly not the cheapest, but I think it's the best value in balancing like cost against location against like quality. For the experience, I think everyone has to like, if you're into Marvel, you have to stay at New York at least once. We did it a few years ago and it was phenomenal, but it's so expensive that I don't think we'll ever be able to justify doing it again. If we ever want to spend crazy money again, we'd probably want to stay in the big hotel, the big fancy hotel that we've never stayed in. The Lego shop in Florida is to blame for my Star Wars Lego obsession. The first 12 Star Wars minifigs were released there when I was there. 25 years later, we're still going, wow. There's more than one of the pieces like that, so I'll collect more. Okay. You have to leave to go to Universal. I don't know what whimsy yawn means. Compared to Disney, Legoland, I'm sure you know, is at least an hour if the traffic is in your favour. Yeah. That's fine. We've hired a car. Basically, the whole reason we've hired a car is for the Legoland trip. I mean, it'll be handy for the other shopping stuff we're planning on doing. But for the majority of the time we're there, it's just going to be parked in our hotel car park and we'll be using the Disney transport. But it was so cheap to hire a car. So it was a bit of a no-brainer to just hire a car. It's a fraction of the cost it would be to hire a car in this country. It's bonkers. Is the bag 9 piece one of the printed wanted posters? Yes. They're put in the sets randomly and there's several to collect. Interesting. So like what they do with Harry Potter, that kind of deal. I wasn't aware we had shenanigans like that with One Piece. I guess it makes more sense. Still doesn't really explain why it's in bag 3, but you don't use it until bag 9. I don't really get that, but it's cool that it's collectible then, I guess. The one that we've got is this one. There we go. I'll pop it down there on its own so I don't lose it. US Kai is, yeah. We've hired RAV4 or equivalent for 2 weeks for 300 quid. Just over 300 quid through budget. So it's not like it's through some random car hire place on a back street. It's via budget at the airport, and it's like 300 quid for the week. I've paid nearly that to hire one in the UK for a weekend, never mind 2 weeks. For us to get a private airport transfer, it was going to cost like 130, I think. Just to be taken without a load of strangers in a taxi to and from the airport. So for not much more, we've been able to keep the car for 2 weeks and drive it around myself. I'm a native Floridian, grew up in Naples. I was 10 years old when Magic Kingdom opened. I've grown up watching Disney grow in my era. Universal is a yawn compared to Disney. Ah, okay. I guess it depends the kind of stuff you're into. We're not necessarily going to see everything that Universal have to offer, but we want to go and see the Harry Potter stuff. We want to see the Mario stuff. We're not planning on spending like half the trip in Universal, but we definitely want to go and check out certain parts of it. So yeah, like I say, we're going to try and cram in everything. We want everything Florida has to offer during the couple of weeks that we're there, because then we have the option of, because we want to do lots of other trips as well, we have the option of not going back if we do everything this time. I think this is the back. I think it's quite a small ship. Whereas if we leave some stuff for next time, we'll definitely go back. We'll save some stuff for next time. At that point, we're kind of committing to there definitely being a next time. And with the amount of trips on our bucket list, there's no guarantee there will be. Because it's comfortably the most expensive trip we've ever had. So it's not something we could do every year. We've basically used the money that was going to be used for Anna's big fancy cruise that we had to cancel when Football Manager got cancelled. That money has effectively been shuffled around and repurposed for this trip. So it's very much a one-off thing. Take an hour to YouTube, American driving rules, etc., i.e. right slip lanes at lights, etc. I don't know what any of that means. I guess I probably should, and then I'm not going to remember any of it. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. I'm sure I'll get honked if I do something wrong. I imagine, and this might just be naive positivity, but I imagine around that area they're used to loads of tourists driving around who don't know what they're doing. So they might be a little more accommodating for people being incompetent. That's my hope. Is there a particular ride or themed area you're most looking forward to seeing across all the parks? Not really. I believe it or not that into the rides. I'm not particularly bothered about rides. I'm really looking forward to Animal Kingdom because I like giraffes. So Animal Kingdom is obviously like nothing I'll have experienced before. Anna's really excited about Epcot. But yeah, just excited to experience everything on a bigger scale, really. It's going to be super duper. You can ask what tray we're using. We're using the Block Party tray. They're not yet available for sale, but they will be soon. When we get back, we're going to sort out a way to put them up for sale. It's a great tray. Main driving rule I remember is you can turn right on a red. That sounds horrible. Although you can, do you have to? Can I just not? That'll be fine, right? Just like, nah, you know what? I don't really fancy this bit. I mean, I guess the key thing is never be the one like directly at the lights. Be behind someone, then I can just follow what everyone else is doing and assume that they're not breaking the law. That's the right attitude, right? The syrup hurry bottles. The syrup hurry bottles are great. They are very cool. That's what we were in Manchester trying last week. Okay, there's the caboose. So it's a little one. I'll level with you. I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger. It's smaller than the Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship or Viking ship that we've got up there. It's more akin size-wise to the ship that came with, I think it was the ship that came with Eldorado Fortress. It's that kind of size. So it's dinky. I should have built this one on the cruise. It's tiny. I could have carried this one off in my hands. Some cars have bumper stickers saying they don't turn right on red. Oh God, is it a political statement if I don't do it? I need one thing I'm desperate to not get involved in while I'm there is any kind of political statement of any kind. Oh. What other trips are on the bucket list? Oh, everything. I want to go to Legoland, Germany for the big shop. I want to go to Vegas. And I want us to do the cruise into the Arctic Circle for the Northern Lights. I want to do like a big cruise of some kind, whether it's Mediterranean or Caribbean or maybe both. We want to go to Japan. We want to do Disney, all the Disney parks. I want to do my European road trip. I want to do a road trip across America in a Winnebago. There's so many trips we want to do. It's on a bunch of company vehicles where they don't trust their employees from making sure it's actually safe to turn on red. Okay. You can turn right on red, but have to come to a complete stop first. Some cities have traffic cameras that ticket you if you don't. So, for final clarification, do I have to turn right on red, or can I just not? I think is what I'm asking. Because I am quite happy to just sit there and wait for the green light, if that's not going to anger the locals. Last thing I want to do is anger the locals. Here in Florida, if there's no right on red, there'll be a sign, just use caution. Okay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you pop out babies when you're young. Absolutely it is. I've been saying it since I was young myself. Yes, I might have spent my early 20s skint with kids, but here I am in my late 20s, aka my early 40s, and the kids are all moved out and gone, and me and Anna have hopefully got a good 30 years or so of good travelling health ahead of us. And unlike if we'd have done it the other way around in our 20s, we can actually afford to do it now, which we wouldn't have been able to afford it to do then. So in summary, any teenagers watching, I won't finish the sentence, but you know, people have you believe that teenage pregnancies, you ruin your life. I would argue, having kids in your 40s, what are you thinking? You realise how old you'll be by the time they move out? I'm almost 42 and have a 3-year-old. Oops. I mean. 40 with a 2-year-old. Oh. I'll think of you when I'm travelling the world. Which is what I say to my kids when they get jealous. Where was all this when we were young? Couldn't afford it then. You had all the money. It's you moving out that's allowed us to be able to do it. Thank you very much. If you're in front of me, you'll get honked. And I'm not a honker. I mean, I can live with that, I reckon. If the worst they've got for me is a good honking, I don't mind getting honked. I've been honked before, and I'll get honked again. My mum didn't want any kids, and at 36, me and my twin sister were born. And I'm sure she's very happy about it now. Presumably there was an in-between stage where she was expecting you to be born and you didn't just randomly turn up in the middle of the night. Can you imagine? We did some travelling before kids. They're going to Australia and New Zealand 10-ish years ago for Christmas. Yeah, I mean, so obviously I am talking in terms of exaggeration and exactly how my life turned out. I mean, I didn't go to university until I was 27. So most things in my life I've done backwards to the norm. So I certainly wouldn't have been able to afford to travel when I was younger, even if we hadn't have had kids. So it was certainly the time for me to be skint. They had like 2 or 3 holidays when they were young. That's plenty, right? Kids don't need to go on holiday every year. I wouldn't want them to have grown up spoilt. If I knew, I wish I could go to all the countries I've been to. Oh yeah, I've definitely. Anna said to me earlier, do other countries have the Lego passport stamps? Goodness me, pack your passport. Pack your Lego passport as a higher priority than your actual passport. They should be mine are side by side in my bag. Never to be separated. Right, so that goes on there. That's what grandparents are for. Exactly. Exactly. Although, if my kids are watching, that's not what their kids' grandparents are for. Although, as my eldest keeps telling me, I don't need to worry too much. It's apparently quite hard for her girlfriend to get her pregnant. So we're probably safe for now. Oh, I really want to go to Florida, but I couldn't cope with the heat. Yeah, that's my big worry. Anna, even more so than me, doesn't cope with heat very well. But we've got little handheld rechargeable fans. I've bought cooling towels. Obviously, whenever we're indoors, we'll be in air conditioning. And if in doubt, we'll just take off all our clothes. Ow! Just trapped my finger between 2 pieces of Lego. So hopefully it'll be okay. Disney cruise with the grandkids. I mean, in the nicest possible way. If I ever shelled out for Disney cruise, I wouldn't be taking anybody's kids with me, even my own. I'm too much of a child myself. I'd like to think I've raised my kids right and they would know not to let me take their own children on a Disney cruise because I would just ignore them and go off and do my own thing because I'm a monster. So I'd like to think they'd be better parents than letting that happen. The food in Florida is pretty good. That's another worry that I've got, because I keep seeing videos about food in America in general being really expensive. We chose not to get the meal plan. I assume it's something we can add on if we decide we want it. But we decided not to get the Disney meal plan because of the fact that we're not going to be at Disney every day. Although obviously we're staying in a Disney hotel. So I guess we're going to be in some flavour of Disney every day. And even if we have a day in Universal, there's nothing stopping us swinging by Disney Springs on the way back to the hotel, presumably. So I guess we could theoretically still eat at Disney every day, even if we weren't in Disney parks that day. But yeah, the reason we didn't get the meal plan is because we're planning on having at least a few days at Universal, going down to Legoland. There'll be a couple of days where we probably don't go to the parks at all and just do other American bucket list things, like go to Walmart. So we chose not to get it, but then I keep watching videos and seeing just how expensive food is, and it's like, geez, maybe we add that on, because looking at the cost of that compared to the cost of some of these meals that I see, even if we didn't use it every day, wowzers. I saw one where, and again, a lot of these are people eating in the Disney parks. So I suppose the trick is if you've not got the meal plan, you don't eat in the parks. But I saw one where a woman was there with her, there was a family of 4 and they shared a pizza between the 4 of them. And it was, I mean, to be fair, it was a big pizza, but it was one pizza shared between 4, a garlic bread to share between 4, and then 4 drinks, like 4 soft drinks, and it was $80. I was like, $80 for one pizza and some garlic bread? Wowzers. Obviously, I won't need a soft drink because I'll have my Holy with me, but still. I don't think I'm going to be able to drink that in the restaurants. I'll wait until I get outside and hydrate. You'll find the portions huge. Yeah, Anna was telling me that based on her videos that she was watching. So I think a potential plan that we've got is to maybe share sometimes, if we can get away with it. I know we've mentioned that before, and some people have said they'll still charge, they'll like give us an extra charge if we try and share a meal. But I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. Where did I put the sticker sheet? There it is. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just, as ever, being the planning man that I am, I'm as usual thinking about every eventuality. I'm probably worrying about things I don't need to worry about, and I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, I've genuinely been sat there Googling where am I going to get my breakfast from? And the answer's probably going to be at the hotel most days. But I don't really function until I've had my breakfast. I bet the $80 bill was probably because of the cost of the drinks. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I just remember being very startled by how expensive it was. And then presumably, I mean, I'm assuming that it would then be tax and tip on top of that, but maybe the $80 included the tax and the tip. At which point, if you consider it as a meal for 4 with drinks, including tax and tip, then I guess $80 is starting to not sound that unreasonable. I think it's just when you look at it through the lens of, it's just a pizza. I thought Domino's was expensive, but yeah, maybe. I mean, it was a massive pizza. Certainly it would have been enough pizza. The pizza would have been comfortably big enough for me, Anna and Pab to share, definitely. And I guess if we were to get a meal for $80 between the 3 of us, that's then what, $26, $27 each? It's actually not that bad, I guess. Where can I buy the Lego trays? Nowhere yet. They're our design, they're our tray, our product. We are going to be looking to sell them when we get back from our trip. We just haven't had time to get it all set up before we go yet. So watch this space. The trays will be available soon. Just not yet. I didn't manage to get to Leeds for the opening, no. I just ran out of time. I had so much to do. It was touch and go whether I was going to get to stream tonight. I had to cancel my Football Manager stream yesterday. I was up till 11:30 last night, editing videos and finishing a few bits off. And yeah, I wasn't certain I was going to be able to do this stream today, but in the end, I got everything finished by about 3 o'clock and had the biggest exhale I've ever had. I hadn't realised quite how stressed I was. Anna tells me she'd definitely noticed, but I hadn't realised quite how stressed I was trying to get everything ready and everything done. But yeah, 3 o'clock today, that was when my holiday officially began. I realise tipping is expected. I mean, I tip anyway. I'm not a monster. I don't remember the last time I went out for a meal and didn't tip. The tips are a little bit larger than what we're used to, but that's really not the end of the world. I don't mind tipping at all. We're looking at 20%, yeah? I imagine I would normally tip 10 to 15% here, so it's really not a big deal to bump that up to 20. At least at restaurants. So I think because of how socially awkward I am, I expect there's going to be other scenarios where people might expect a tip where I'm not really sure what to do or how to go about it. Like if we turn up at the hotel and there's a guy trying to carry my bag for me, I'm probably not going to want him to carry my bag. And if he does carry my bag, do I tip him? If I do, how much do I tip him? How do I give him it? So, yeah, I think just avoid everybody else who's not serving me food. And we should be okay. This is not Jabba's sail barge. No, this is the Going Merry from One Piece. Normally we would have the name of the build in the stream title, but I didn't really know what I was going to be building going in. We had a little bit of a vote at the start of the stream, and this is what was decided on. Yeah, the One Piece. I think the One Piece shirt probably made everyone's minds up that we should build something from One Piece. If you are after a One Piece shirt, it's from QWERTY, as all of my graphic tees are. And if you want to order from QWERTY, you can do that using discount code BLOCKPARTY, and that'll get you a discount at checkout. It's QWERTY.com, QWERTYE.com, and discount code BLOCKPARTY will save you 1 unit of your local currency at the till. So if you're in dollars, it will save you $1. If you're in pounds, it will save you £1. If you're in euros, it will save you €1. If you're in any other currency, presumably tough tomatoes. I don't really know how that works. Yeah, they're good though. The aftermarket Lego price is high in Florida. Sometimes hard to find good deals on retired sets. I mean, I'm not really looking to buy a huge amount of Lego while I'm there. I've only got my bags that I'm taking with me. I'm not there to buy a load of Lego. I'm going to be checking out the Orlando Brick Company. I'll be checking out Bricks and Minifigs, but I'm not intending to go along and spend a load of money. So I'm not mega concerned about that. I think in general as well, certainly from what I see on Bricklink, US resale prices in general are much lower than they are in the UK. You see that with both US and Europe. I think we've got the highest resale Lego prices in the world on Bricklink in the UK. So even if they're not the best prices as far as the rest of the US is concerned, I imagine for me as a Brit over there, I'm going to see some stuff and be like, that is so cheap compared to what it would be in the UK. So as much as I'm not planning on spending money, I suspect I will spend some money. Who are we flying with? I'm going to not share that. Yeah, we have to keep a little bit secret. You'll find out when the videos come out, but I'd rather not share absolutely everything, mainly because the internet does have maniacs on it. So we have to keep a few bits back. I haven't gone there, but I did get told they separate minifigs from sets to sell separately. Where are we talking? How many Lego Insiders points have you got? Not many, because I spend them. This set was effectively free, I think. I think this was a set that I used my points on recently. I think we've got maybe 2,000 at the moment. But I don't build, I don't see any benefit in like saving them up. I just spend them as I get them. What Lego builds did you find hard to put together? I found the Lego Harley Davidson quite a hard build. I've never really had one that I thought was particularly hard, I don't think. The Technic ones in general are a little bit more complicated than the system ones. So I guess one of the most challenging builds I've ever done was the big F1 Ferrari Technic set. But it was a fun challenge. Like it wasn't an unpleasant experience. Will I be getting any of the F1 helmets? I'm not into F1. He says, having just told you he's built a massive F1 Technic car. But yeah, I'm not into F1. He says, sat in front of a wall full of F1 speed champions. But I am, honestly, I'm not into F1. So I'm not going to be getting them. I do think they look cool. But I won't be getting them. Planning on using all my points for the new Lego Main Street set. I am excited for that. Jabba's sail barge has 4 times insider points soon. That would be a good purchase. I mean, I'm not into Star Wars enough to get involved in something like that. There is part of me that thinks I might get the Millennium Falcon before the end of the year because it retires this year. And I suspect future Kev will be really annoyed if I let that retire and don't buy it. Especially at the moment when it's, what is it, 575 quid pretty much everywhere currently. I mean, I'm not going to buy it now because we're about to go away. But if we see it for these kind of prices again later in the year, which I suspect we will, it's often that price on Smiths. And I think it's that price at Argos, Amazon, Smiths and John Lewis at the moment. So it's that kind of price just about everywhere. So I think if the time is right at some point, maybe in that slightly quieter window in July, after we've had the June madness, if I've got any money left, if they do it for that kind of price in July, maybe I'll take the plunge. So I just think, like I say, future Kev will be really annoyed if I don't end up with it. Do you buy Lego sets for content or what you like and want? Yes. Both. I don't buy sets I don't want, but it is all bought for content primarily. It's all owned by our company rather than us personally. Apart from like the few sets you see us get each other for gifts. There's another one we have to put in bag 9 here. It's the same one. We've got the same piece twice. Boo! But yeah, there's so much Lego about these days that it's quite easy to buy for content and still restrict yourself to only buying the ones you're interested in. But yeah, the content is always first and foremost. I always have to remind myself, as much fun as this job is, it is a job. So I do have to think business first. Have you brought the Star Trek out with you for May 1st? No. No, I have not. Anna wouldn't let me pack it. Haldor Ibsen, thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Thanks for answering my question on the Q&A, Kev. You made my day. You're welcome. I don't remember which question it was, but there is going to be another Q&A coming at some point. I've recorded, we've got so many questions, I recorded 2. I think the other one's going to be out in a couple of weeks. We've got the don't get it in your eye message, so don't get this in your eye. Are you buying more plushies? I imagine so. I'm only human. I'm hoping Sagrada Familia comes with a gift of purchase, maybe like the Eiffel apartment which came with the tower. That would be quite cool. The little Gaudi apartment that's in the in Park Güell, however you pronounce it, would be quite a cool thing if it was to be another apartment. That would be quite a cool thing. How long have you and Anna been unholy for? I don't know that I'd describe this as being unholy. We are sponsored by Holy, and we enjoy drinking Holy. We've been Block Party's been sponsored by Holy since the start of April. Me as a gaming creator, it's been a bit longer. I hope Lan accepts you. I think your reviews will be very honest and fun to watch. I just hope it doesn't burn you out. I mean, if the... Obviously, I've made a video about this today. I did a short. So I've got my thoughts out there. If everything Brixie put in his video is true, and I have no reason to believe that he's lying, there is a possibility that he has maybe misunderstood some things, which is what a few people have reached out and told me. So I am kind of back into the same position I was in before, where because they don't publish the rules, I still don't really know what they are. But if everything Brixie said in his video turns out to be true, we ain't joining. I'm not going to be in on that basis. I will not give up editorial freedom on the channel in exchange for some Lego sets, because quite apart from anything else, my content is worth more than that. You know, if someone wants to pay for an advert on the channel, the discussions start at 4 figures and we'll negotiate from there. There isn't a Lego set that is worth enough to get its own dedicated video on the channel, where I have to be positive about it. Now, if it turns out I don't have to be positive about it and I don't have to make a video, then that's different. But there is no scenario where I agree to make regular videos, effectively regular adverts, for free, where I'm not even allowed to give my honest opinions. I just wouldn't do it. Could you explain some of the things that you maybe misunderstood? One of the things that has been suggested to me is that there is no requirement to be positive, and that if he felt that there was, then that may have been a breakdown of communication rather than an actual... It certainly wasn't Lego's official position, is the suggestion that has been put to me. Officially, there is no requirement, I think, is the general gist. But who knows? And obviously he, certainly his first video was very much focused on how he felt a lot of pressure to make review videos. And again, one of the things that has been clarified by a few other LAN members is that there is no requirement to make review videos. You don't have to do that. You can just put a picture of it on your Instagram story and that counts as content. You can just do an unboxing. You can, as long as it's featured somewhere at some point, just building it and adding it to your city, or building it and putting it on a shelf in a video. That all counts. You don't have to review it. So again, there's been suggestions that maybe he was feeling pressure that wasn't necessarily being communicated in the clearest way. But as I keep saying, all of this speculation that we're all doing, the best thing for Lego to do would be to just publish the rules. Just make them publicly available. Remove any doubt and just be like, right, here are the rules. This is what people can and can't do. It would then make it much easier for people like me to decide whether or not they even want to apply. And it would remove all the speculation, because it would be clear to everyone then what the rules actually are. And putting my tinfoil hat on, which I try to avoid doing as often as possible, but if they really are mega reluctant to share the rules, why might that be? If the rules don't make them look bad, why not share them? It's the crazy the rules aren't available during the sign up. Yeah, it is crazy the rules aren't available before you apply. Like, I've applied, we've got our third application in now, which I was watching an Alex Nunez video, and I don't know if what he said in it is true or not, but one of the things he said in the video was you can only apply 3 times. If you get rejected 3 times, you can never reapply. He said that in his video, and I'm like, whoa, that's news to me as someone who's got his third application in. I might have waited a little bit longer if I'd have known that, but as far as I'm aware, that's not published anywhere. So if that is a rule, it's interesting. I mean, that might rule us out permanently anyway, which seems weird, but yeah, it is mad the rules aren't just available. Not sharing rules is so they can have different rules per person. I don't think it is that. I firmly believe it's not some big conspiracy. They're not trying to trick anyone or hoodwink anyone. I genuinely think, similar to so many other big companies, and I have dealt with so many big companies that this definitely applies to, I think they've just been a little bit left behind by the rise of social media. They're not fully up to speed with it. They don't quite fully understand how to utilize it and how big it is. So it's not a massive priority. And so many companies suffer from the same thing of just not really understanding what they're getting out of influencers. The companies that get influencer marketing really get it, but so many others don't. I visit Meadowhall on Saturdays to pack pad wall boxes after watching Brixie videos. It's so much fun and you save so much money. Oh, fair enough. I got off my phone the F4 F1 Technic sets, brand new in box for £200. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Anna is doing some last minute packing tonight. But that's the thing, we're all here with tinfoil hats on when all they need to do is be a bit more transparent. Yeah, exactly. That's an example of them not really getting it. They're still acting like it's the pre-social media days when there was a reason to like have your big corporate secrets. I don't think what they realise is, whether they like it or not, this stuff is all going to get out anyway. So it's actually better for them to take control of the narrative themselves, be fully transparent and paint themselves as the good guys. And that's the bit that they're not grasping. And often it's because there's so many internal rules within these big companies that it's not as simple as that. There could well be a social media manager in there who's screaming at them to, for goodness sake, let me release the rules. What have I done here? Oh. But it's taking forever to get signed off by the lawyers, for example. And that wouldn't be unusual at all. So maybe it's coming, because that's often the way. Companies can't be quite as agile as they would like to be with this kind of thing because of their own internal rules, because of their own legal departments, and it does complicate things. So maybe they will share them at some point, but maybe they've started that conversation a month ago and they'll end up sharing them in a year's time when they've decided actually it's probably quite a good idea. And that's literally as quick as they can move and get through the internal politics of it all. Brixie also said you can't share Lego leaks or highlight non-Lego bricks or sets. Yeah, the non-Lego bricks thing is a bit of a deal breaker as well because it's bonkers. I mentioned it on my previous video. It would be like asking a movie reviewer, who, by the way, they get into the films for free. Just like most reviewers of most products get their product for free and are still allowed to just review because that's normal. Giving someone a free product doesn't give you editorial control in any other industry. But yeah, the idea that accepting a gift from Lego means I can't work with Lumibricks, for example, is insane. It would be like a movie reviewer trying to review the new Marvel movie without being allowed to mention DC. Or any other movie. It just, imagine trying to review a book or an album or a TV show without being able to mention other TV shows. It's bonkers. So people in LAN aren't paid like a sponsorship, they're just sent the free product and they have all these rules. Definitely seems bonkers. But that's the thing, because sometimes they are paid. They're not paid as standard, but you see it on the content. Sometimes, most of the time, it'll just be, thank you to Lego for giving me early access to this product for review, or words to that effect. But very occasionally, they will have something that is marked as a paid sponsorship. So they're the ones where Lego are actually paying them. So they do, some of them do sometimes get paid by Lego as well. And that is then different. If Lego are paying them, I mean, you have the choice whether or not to accept that payment. If you choose to accept that payment and effectively make an advert for them, at that point, they do have the right to have final say on the content, because that's how brand deals work in social media. If the brand pays for an advert, they get final sign off on the advert. If you get gifted a product for free, they don't. Like, I mean, perfect example. I got this today. Classic Football Shirts sent me this book. Somewhere I've got a little card that came with it. They just put a little note in there thanking me, and yeah, I was sent this with no obligation to post. It's just, this is a gift. They've not given me any money and I have no obligation to post it, review it, talk about it anywhere. It is just a gift, and they gift it to me in the hope that as a football content creator, I will show you it and go, look at this cool book. It's got loads of football shirts in. What a cool coffee table book. That's how gifted marketing works. Like that. If they wanted me to make a video telling you how great that book was, and they wanted to have final sign off on the wording that I used in that review, then they would have to pay for that. They wouldn't get that in exchange for just giving me the book. And that's how it works across the industry. And like I said in the video earlier, I think part of the issue with Lego is I don't think they realise just how big and powerful some of the content creators are becoming. I think they've grown bigger and more influential than Lego realised. And the system that they've got in place is built on micro-influencers and basically content creators who are just happy to get a freebie. And I think a lot of the bigger creators are now starting to realise, actually, I'm worth more than just a free set. I should be getting paid for this. Because if I'm not going to get paid by Lego, I can get paid by somebody else. Because Lumibricks will pay them, and Mattel will pay them, and Fantasy will pay them. So, yeah. Stu Vlogs, thank you very much for becoming a channel member. We're up to bag 6 now. Wonder how many people would leave LAN if they had to pay gift tax. I mean, they do. Any gift they receive should be getting recorded on their end of year accounts. Just like they should be declared as adverts on social media. In fact, I got the ASA document earlier, the Advertising Standards Authority in the UK. I got their document that had the definition of what an advert was, because I was interested, because I'm a nerd. This is what autism does to you, boys and girls. So this is what the ASA takes action on. So when they're investigating whether someone is breaking the advertising regulations, they define an advert. So you have to declare it as an advert. It has to have the hashtag ad on. The first thing it does, it has to be declare that it is an advert. If you are paid in some way, doesn't have to be money. So gifted product counts as being paid in some way. And so both of these have to be true. For it to count as an advert, you have to be paid in some way, but doesn't have to be money. It literally says that. Paid in some way and doesn't have to be money. And the brand had some kind of editorial control over the content, including final approval. And that's why it's such a big deal. This is why Anna needs to be here to get me off my high horse. But that's why it's such a big deal, because if Lego have got any kind of creative control, it becomes an advert that then has to be dealt with and declared as such under UK law, and any content creator, at least in the UK, who's not declaring it as a paid advert, if there is any kind of creative control or editorial control from Lego, is breaking the law. And that is quite the issue. There you go. Next minifigure. How many UK folks are LAN members? Don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. Again, that's the other thing. That loops us back around to transparency, because as far as I know, there isn't a list anywhere. I mean, there might be. All of this probably needs the proviso of, as far as I know. So therefore, every block party video would become an ad from that point forward. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Which is why I wouldn't accept editorial control. Have to keep that for myself. Not just from a integrity perspective, literally from a legal and administrative perspective. Letting them have creative control is a nightmare. Will the Lego set be finished before moving? Oh, the Lego City. I was so confused there. What Lego set? I mean, I don't know. Depends when it moves. It's a Lego City. It will never be finished. I think if you're watching the Lego City stuff expecting it to ever be finished, spoilers, it ain't ever gonna be. There will always be something that needs changing, something that we want to do differently. So it's never going to be finished. I would like to think my commitment at the beginning of the year is I wanted to get it to a point where every base plate was full and there was no exposed wood. That was my criteria for being allowed to move somewhere bigger. So not the word finish, the word full is the word I would use. So yeah, the idea is it will be full before we move, but it won't be finished. How long are we going to Florida for? 2 weeks. When you move to a bigger office, will all the Lego move? Yes, your house will be so bare. I mean, the idea then would be to move to a smaller place. Probably. I mean, I doubt we're going to move office and move house all in the same year, but it then puts moving house on the table at some point to somewhere smaller, ideally with no stairs. And I mean, we'd fill it up again relatively quickly. Like my office would still be my office because I'd still do my Football Manager stuff from home. So that office would still be an office. I imagine Anna would take over this room and make it her colouring and crafting area. She'll finally get the 3D printer she's wanted forever. And she'll be able to get all her colouring stuff and diamond painting stuff off of the dining room table. She'd take over this room, I imagine. And like the Lego that's on the walls would stay, and any Lego that's like, I imagine Jeff the big dinosaur would stay. We wouldn't move every single set out. Why doesn't that come on? What have you done wrong here, you handsome rascal? You've done something. Oh, I see what you've done. You beautiful man. Knowing it'll never be finished. I mean, I answered that in a Q&A that hasn't come out yet. I don't want it to ever be finished. What do I do then? If I finished the Lego City, what's the next video? It's like, oh, there you go, boys and girls. We're done. Thanks for watching. See you again, never. We can't really ever finish because it's like a cornerstone of the channel. So there'll always be something to do, something to add. I think Mold King would love to sponsor your channel. I mean, they have reached out. They are very aware of how complimentary I was of the grabber set that was at Barn Door the other week. So maybe. I mean, we as with a lot of these things, negotiations are always ongoing. I don't do the negotiating myself, so I never know how close we are to brand deals happening. But I know there has been a conversation with Mold King. Are you going to do live streams in Florida? Probably not. I mean, there might be one as a little look at us. We're doing a live stream in Florida. There'll be lots of videos though. There'll still be daily videos on this channel, daily videos on the Football Manager channel, and at least every other day on the vlog channel. You're gonna be absolutely flooded with content. Am I going to the Blackpool Brick Festival tomorrow? I am not, no. Blackpool's a bit far. I don't tend to travel that far. Although, to be fair, I am going to be down the road from Blackpool tomorrow. So, I mean, I'm saying no now. We're staying in Bolton tomorrow night. So, nah, Bolton's too far from Blackpool, right? Right. I think it is. I think Anna would probably murder me in the face if I said, right, I'm off to a brick festival. what time of day was my flight. Similar to naming the airline, that's another thing we're going to keep to ourselves. I basically am very wary of giving you enough information to know what flight we're on. I think it would be bonkers to announce to the internet what flight I'm on. For the same reason we talked about before. The internet's full of weirdos. You'll find out when you watch the videos. I don't mind you knowing afterwards. I'm not going to announce it in advance. What Lego am I going to build in Florida? Probably the new Toy Story sets. And probably some Star Wars stuff, because we'll be there for Star Wars Day. So it's a shame they're not releasing Main Street until June. If they'd have released Main Street a month earlier, you can be sure I would have had I flew all the way to Florida to buy Main Street USA video coming out. And we'd have very much painted that narrative. I mean, we went to Disneyland Paris to buy the Beauty and the Beast castle last year. We have previous for going to Disney to buy Disney sets. Before I go, is there anything else announced? Not really. Nothing you need to worry about, Topher. Just you crack on with what you've got now. So it's ready for me nice and early. So I can leave early to get to the Bolton Brick Festival, which I am now apparently going to. Forest are winning 3-0. Spurs are going down. Oh, wowzers. Silly old Tottenham. That's why Topher's slinking off. He's afraid of football talk. How was the Beauty and the Beast castle build? I didn't build it, Anna built it, but I mean, it looks impressive. I think she enjoyed it. I don't think it was considered as good as the big Disney castle, but it looks, to my untrained eye, it looks just as cool on display in our living room. They look good next to each other. There's a lot of stairs in this ship. There's more stairs on this ship than there is in the Black Pearl. It is a very nice little ship. It's 4-0 now. Wowzers. There's still tickets available. We're going for early bird as I get anxious in a huge crowd. I mean, it's a bit late now. You've got your early bird ticket. That is usually the busiest time at a convention. The crowds die down massively in the afternoon, which is worth noting for future. There's some clown who, for the last couple of years, has been going to conventions and showing people that all the best deals are there if you get there early. And now, can you believe, off the back of that, everyone gets there really early and there's always a massive queue. And they all have the cheek to go and start at the back, where I start. That's what I get for sharing all my tricks. I'm not a football gal and I knew Spurs weren't doing too hot, but this sounds rough. I love that. We're not talking about football. Stop it, you rascals. Just because Anna's not here, she'll find out at any point she could get finished packing and she could come in and tell us that we're not allowed to talk anymore. If she finds out there's football being discussed on her channel, she'll be very cross. Do you think the Darksaber gift for purchase is a good deal? I'm going to get it, I think. I think my plan is for Star Trek Day to get Wicket and maybe, I think if I get Wicket and the Darth Vader bust that's coming out in a couple of days, I think those two should get me to the Darksaber. So I think I am going to get it. It'll be my first Star Wars Day gift with purchase. But I think it looks cool. Plus, then I'll have my little Lego one to go with Pab's big one that he'll build at Disney. Because he resisted when we were in Disneyland Paris the other year, muttering something about he wants to do it in America if we ever go there. Well, now we're going there. So I assume he's going to do it there. This ship is a fun build. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I went for this rather than the Ninjago one, because as much as I like the big Ninjago modulars, I'm not ever likely to actually watch Ninjago or have any idea of what's going on. Whereas having now seen a few episodes of One Piece, I've got them all downloaded onto my iPad to watch on the plane. So I should return in a couple of weeks as a One Piece expert. And yeah, what I've seen so far I've enjoyed. And I'm certainly enjoying this build. So I think it is a winning decision going for this rather than the Ninjago one. And it gives us a little bit of theme variety in that area of the city as well. Rather than it just being a Ninjago area, it's now the water area. What are you doing? Ah, there he is. You're getting a glow stick, aren't you? I'm going to make you get a glow stick. You resisted when we were in Paris. I think you're going to get a glow stick. A build your own glow stick. Because I'm going to get a Lego one, and then we can have a glow stick battle. He's always lurking, that boy, isn't he? Always lurking. Do you know whether Ian Bricks travels? Ian's Bricks certainly won't travel down to Blackpool Festival because he's based on the south coast. I think he'll travel very far up to it. I don't think Ian goes that far north very often. I've got early bird tickets to Peterborough Festival in May, all because of your tips. It was too loud at Nottingham Festival at 1 PM for me. Fair enough. When is the Peterborough one? Because I've been to that the last few years. So maybe I should look into tickets. Or is it while we're away? Picked up Shopping Street yesterday from the new Leeds store, the slippery slope towards the Lego City. Did you get the brick, the special tile, and the little ribbon cutting gift of purchase? These are all the things that almost made me drive to Leeds yesterday. It was only, if it had been any other week, I absolutely would have gone, but I was just, as mentioned before, quite stressed trying to get all my videos ready for while we're away. So I just didn't have time to go, but I wanted to. I really want one of those ribbon cutting sets. And I've now missed the Leeds one, and I'm going to miss the Oxford one because that's while we're away. So I guess I'll be travelling down to the Lakeside one when that opens later in the year. That'll end up being during the FIFA World Cup or something like that. There'll be a reason I can't go to that as well. I'm destined never to get a ribbon cutting set. Probably not. They're too big for the case, are they? Can't you just carry it onto the plane? I want to get all the World Cup ones that have come out. Someone said on our Discord, I don't know if this is verified, but someone did say on our Discord that the Morrisons in Leeds had the minifigure ones, the minifigure football sets in. yesterday, but they didn't post pictures, so they could have just been really taunting me for not going to Leeds. But I'm certainly going to be stopping at any Morrison's I see on my drive up north tomorrow. You didn't get the passport stamp? No. Not regarding the size, which build experience is more fun, this one or the Black Pearl? I think from a purely fun perspective, probably this one, because the Black Pearl was really quite repetitive. It's got like 16 cannons on it. There's like 3 or 4 bags in a row where you're literally just building cannons. Whereas this has got quite a fun little interior going on. We've got multiple staircases, we've got a room at the back, we've got a room at the front here. It's obviously going to be much smaller, it's going to look far less impressive on display. But I think purely from fun, this one, I think. Big fan of the travel vlogs on the other channel. Will you be releasing similar style vlogs for the USA trip? Yes. They should start Wednesday. T-Dog007, thank you very much for the super chat. Should there be a Lego store in Leicester? There should. Although, I mean, if I'm being completely objective, there should probably be one in Nottingham first. Nottingham is a bigger city, but Leicester would be far more convenient for me. So yeah, I'll take one in Leicester. But it's mad that there's not one in Nottingham or Coventry or, you know, there's such a Norwich, Peterborough, Cambridge. There's a whole Lincoln, Derby, Leicester, Northampton. There's a whole section of the country that doesn't have a Lego store. And it is bananas. What are you most looking forward to on the trip? Sitting next to Pab for 9.5 hours on the plane, playing my Fugler board game with him that I've bought. I know for certain that he can't wait for that. But more realistically, because that's obviously going to be fun, but that's a given. I'm just looking forward to experiencing America for the first time. We've never been. It's one of those things that I've wanted to do since I was a kid. Didn't know if I ever would get to do. And we're now getting to do it. It's going to be cool. And I don't really know what to expect. And it's going to be a fun adventure. I haven't done something like completely new for a long time. As an autumnus, I do get set in my ways sometimes. And as Anna moans about repeatedly, I do have a tendency to, as soon as I find something I enjoy, just want to keep doing that thing. We went to Disneyland Paris for the first time only about 6 years ago. We've been more than once a year since then, and it was shut for a year for COVID in that time. We've still been more than once a year because I really enjoy it. So yeah, we don't experience completely new things very often. So I'm excited. It's going to be super fun. Especially now I know I don't need to stop at red lights. That was the takeaway I got from earlier. Ignore all red lights, drive where I feel like. Isle of Wight Lego store, please. There's literally a Lego store in Southampton. Don't give me this Isle of Wight Lego store nonsense. You've got one in your nearest city. In the Midlands, we don't have one for hours in any direction. How can we get Lego to open a store in the East Midlands? Keep mentioning it to them that there isn't one, because they seem to not be aware it exists. We just need to keep reminding them the East Midlands exists. And eventually they'll open a store somewhere. And then when they do, we all have to massively support it. So they were like, oh, wow, this is a hotbed. Let's open another one. It's bananas that somewhere like Bristol's got 2 stores. And the whole of the East Midlands and East Anglia combined doesn't have a store. As someone who used to work in Bristol, it doesn't deserve 2 stores when we don't get any. I mean, it's nice enough, but goodness me, it's not that good. Will I be streaming the new Lego Batman game when it releases? I think so. My affiliate partner for games that I use for Football Manager, Fanatical, I think are going to sort me out with a code and some giveaway codes, and we've got a discount code for it. So I think we'll be doing a little bit of promo stuff for that, which naturally kind of ties into doing some streams probably. We shall see. I am looking forward to it. I played it at Comic-Con last year. I had a little go on it, so I know it's fun. Be careful in Chicago. Luckily, I'm going nowhere near Chicago, so I don't need to worry about that. We are not venturing very far from the greater Orlando area. The furthest we'll get away from it is Legoland, which is still very much Florida. And if I know my American geography as well as I think I do, I don't think Chicago is in Florida, so I think we're good. Have you got the Twilight Lego set? We do. I don't know where it is. We haven't built it. I got it on a deal with a view to it going in the city, and it hasn't yet. It will do eventually. It's just one of those that just sits there and hasn't been built. But I will get round to it one day. Are you going to go outside of the Orlando area while here? No. Not really, apart from Legoland. But even that, I guess in terms of America, that's still very much the Orlando area. No, we've never been. We are very much going to experience theme park fun. So Disney, Universal, Legoland, some shopping, some shenanigans. We're not expecting to be exposed to the highs and lows of American culture in general. We are going to be as bad as those American tourists who don't leave central London when they come to Europe. And they never get out of zone 1. We are those kind of people. We're everything that's wrong with tourism. Eat some gator while you're there. My main priority is making sure no gator eats me. I don't know if I should tempt them by eating their brothers. Seems like a terrible idea. Unless it's on the menu at Disney. Why have they never made another Lego City video game? Don't know. I know Anna played a lot of that. I didn't really like it. It was like Lego Fest Auto, wasn't it? You might get to see people water skiing at Legoland, Florida. Well, that sounds like my kind of day. Will I ever get the gingerbread AT-AT? I won't ever get a second one, I don't think. I got it the day it came out. The gingerbread AT-AT. Built it on stream the day it came out, I think. It was my first camel. Are you going to walk around Celebration? I don't even know what that means. The closest Lego store in the Midlands is Birmingham. Yeah, but that's West Midlands. If you live in Norwich, that is not very close to you at all. I mean, if you're in Norwich, the closest one is Stratford. If you're in Cambridge, I imagine the closest is Milton Keynes. So it depends what part of the East Midlands and East Anglia you're in. Like if you're in Nottingham, the closest might be Sheffield rather than Birmingham. Florida to Chicago is just 1,200 miles. Easy. I don't think I've ever been anywhere that was 1,200 miles away from anywhere. I was thinking about it. I mean, I don't think I've ever been more than 2 time zones away from my house. It's going to be quite the culture shock just from that side of things. How many hours ahead or behind is Greece from where we are? I think that's the furthest I've ever been time zone wise. I've been to Greece. How many hours different is that? That's the biggest bit of time traveling I've ever done. So I think that's probably going to take a day or 2 for me to get my head around, because I am very much someone who needs his beauty sleep. I am a grumpus if I don't get my 8 hours. And I am not very good at staying up late. So when I sent Pab my my ChatGPT generated itinerary for the week, and he was like, all you've got on the first day is going to Disney Springs. Yeah, because I'm fully aware of the state I'm going to be in that day. I am going to be in no fit state to go and, like, when I see Magic Kingdom for the first time, I want to be fully awake and not grouchy. I don't want to go there on like 3 hours sleep, struggling. So yeah, first day, Disney Springs, bit of shopping, Lego store, stay awake during the day and sleep at night, and be a bit more alert and with it, and do Magic Kingdom on the second day where I can properly appreciate it, because I'll never get to see it for the first time again. So I don't want to do it massively jet lagged. Which expensive Lego set would you love to own, even if it's a retired set? Any of the first 3 modulars. Currently in London for the marathon. Enjoy Florida, Kev. Looking forward to the content. Thank you very much. Celebration. Disney built a little town. Lovely area. Interesting. I doubt it. If I can't buy Mickey ears there, I'm probably not going to it. Greece is 2 hours ahead. Yeah, so the furthest time zone jump I've ever done is the 2 hours to Greece. I am absolutely not prepared for, what is it, like a 9-hour flight to Florida from London? And then the time zone change as well. It is going to break my tiny little brain. How many days are we in America for? We're there for 2 weeks. So plenty of time to have lots of fun and make some very cool videos across the channels. Right, stickers. Number 8 goes on this side. I don't know why we're sticking the stickers on after we've applied the pieces, but we are. I think they have to be a particular way round, which is why we've done it like this. Just to clarify, not running the marathon, I'm here as support and Lego shopping. Fair enough. Right, we need some of these lengthy rascals out of here. Do I miss the daily vlogs? Absolutely not. Never again. I mean, it was worth doing at the time, but it was nightmarish. I mean, that's harsh on it. It does just take over your life, though. I did it for what, two years? Maybe just over 2 years. I think we started January and we stopped halfway through 2019. So like 2.5 years. We vlogged every single day without missing a day. Oh, because it's plugged in. I'm going to disappear for a second. Is the mic back on now? That was mad. Somehow, despite, this is why I bought a new MacBook. So this is on my old one, but this is why I bought a new one. Is this working again yet? It might take a minute. But I'm going to assume you can hear me, even if you can't see me. Somehow, despite I've got a USB dongle that has the camera, the microphone, and the power cable going into it. And then that plugs into the only working USB side, which is why I've bought it. So somehow we have the power, the camera, and the microphone all going into the space, but my laptop hasn't been charged for 2 hours. It's down to 4%, and it was about to turn it. Yeah, I've had the camera and the microphone on the whole time. Laptop, it's in low power mode, so until we get back up to, it's going to be very laggy, and you might hear me. We are actively charging now. The camera's frozen. What, completely frozen? Can you see me at all? My arms around now. Can you see my arms moving? Or is it completely frozen? I might just start mode. We're up to 5% charge now. The mic's gone now, has it? Right, we might be back. I'm just trying to get the chat back now. If you can see me, I've restarted. I'm now just trying to get the chat back onto my iPad. But I think we might be just about back. And I will see you again in a second. Ah, yeah, lots of you saying that we are back. Yeah, while it was really choppy, if you didn't hear the explanation of what's just gone on, that was bonkers. Because we have one USB dongle that has the camera, the microphone, and the power cable all going into it. So the camera and the microphone have been working fine, but for some reason the laptop wasn't charging. So it had run down to 4%, switched it into no power mode, and just went. We're now charging again. We're out of low power mode. This is why I've bought a new laptop. My new laptop arrived the other day. I asked Matt. I mean, he knows the hassle I've been having with this laptop, with the USBs dying and the overheating problems. And I said, look, I need to be able to make videos every day reliably. Are we trusting this laptop? And the answer was, I probably wouldn't. So I've got a new one. I've frozen again. Are you sure I've frozen again? I shouldn't have frozen again. Everything seems fine on my end now. We're not dropping frames anymore. No, I haven't. There we go, yeah. Maybe if you're still having freezing problems, just refresh on your end. But I think we're good now. What did I get? I got the new... I've got an M5... Is it M5? M5 Pro. So the middle M5 chip MacBook Pro with all the RAM. It's like 48 gig of memory. It's a speedy bit of kit. I mean, it renders 4K video faster than real time. I've never experienced anything like it, even on my big meaty PC. And I see the PC Master Race nonsense we got in there. I've got a real like top level, very expensive PC in my office that cost me more than my very expensive MacBook that I've just got. And that does not render 4K video the way my new Mac does. For video editing and creative work in general, you cannot beat a Mac. And that's coming from a guy who has spent the last 10 years making his living playing games on a PC and streaming on a PC. But when it comes to actual like creative work, video editing, Photoshop stuff, you can't beat a Mac. They're just so reliable. Apart from this one, where the USB sockets are all dying. But I think, and Anna is furious at me for this, because I think the reason my USB sockets are dying is because for the 3 years that I've had this laptop, which is the shortest period I've ever owned a MacBook for, I normally get 5 or 6 years out of each one. But for the 3 years I've had this, it just gets thrown loose into my backpack with no kind of protective sleeve on it. And I imagine the USB sockets are just absolutely gummed up with biscuit crumbs, and it's been dropped on its end multiple times in my backpack. So I've got myself a nice protective sleeve for my shiny new one. So hopefully I won't repeat the same problem again. Recommend a laptop stand to keep it off the desk. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we haven't had obviously we've not streamed in summer for 9 months, but we've not had the overheating problem for a long time now. So touch wood, that's solved-ish, maybe. It's solved because it stopped being the summer, and that solved the overheating problem. But yes, we are back now. Welcome back, everybody. Right, what are we doing? Stickers. Stickers. That build looks really good. I tell you what, I am loving this build. I was in 2 minds whether to do it or not. I had this pulled out earlier today, and I was like, do I want to do a massive ship tonight? Am I even going to get it done in one night? I think we're going to get it done, and I'm really glad we've done it. That's why I got the Technic cars out. I second guessed myself like 10 minutes before the stream started and was like, you know what, I will give them the choice. We'll offer them some Technic vehicles because they're easier for a stream. Ah, crumbs. But no, I'm very glad with this choice. I think it's a great build. We're having funsy time. Oh, this is a ram or a goat or something. It's his face. That's awesome. That took me too long to realise what we were doing. So we have a goat's head. I mean, I'm not far enough into One Piece to know the relevance of a goat's head or a sheep's head being on the front of the ship, but there is one. So I imagine there's one in the show, and I've got pieces here that I've not put on. These are the kind of pieces that you don't leave off. So I've obviously made a mistake. I can see where I've made the mistake. They should be there. Cool. Right. Next bag. Oh. I think yeah, it all looks like it's working now. Yeah, we've not dropped any frames since the incident, so we're all good. These can come out of there for now. Bag 8 of 10. That little incident might mean that we don't get it all finished tonight. We build very fast. People say that to me. I don't feel like I'm rushing. But yeah, I guess I do. Oh, I know who this guy is. It's Luffy. I know him. With his hat. His lovely, lovely hat. There he is. Lovely. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a blessing or a curse that I build as fast as I do. Because, I mean, I guess because we do it, because I'm a professional, I guess it's an advantage. If I was just buying sets as a hobby to build in my spare time, it'd probably be quite annoying building as fast as I do, because like I say, I'm not rushing, it's just the speed I build at. But I'd probably miss out on some value for money by building a bit too fast. I imagine a normal person would get 2 or 3 nights of entertainment out of a set like this, whereas I'm going to get it all done in one evening. Which from a pounds per minute of entertainment perspective is not ideal. Completely missed all the first as I watched the football. What happened? My laptop wasn't charging and it almost died. It's back up to 14% now. We went into low power mode and everything melted down. It's a curse for a normal person. I'm pretty quick and my sets go so quickly, which means I buy more. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. For me, in the situation we're in currently, it's helpful. Because it means I can do things like the video where I built all of the Pokemon sets in a day. But yeah, if we ever get to the point where we're not able to do this as a job anymore, and we're just back to buying them with our own money for our own enjoyment, I'll have to find a way to slow myself down. Just for the good of my bank balance. But yeah, I'm sure my fellow fast builders will agree. We're not rushing, are we? It's just, I don't know. Someone said to me, it might have been the last stream now, it shows how busy this week has been. It could have been earlier this stream, it could have been the last stream. And if you'd have told me it was yesterday, I'd be like, I don't know when someone was watching me build yesterday, but I believe you. But someone said something along the lines of, I build weird. Because I'm just like, I put a piece on and I just go and pick the next piece up and there doesn't seem to be any like looking for the piece or sorting the pieces. And I'm like, is that weird? I don't know, the pieces don't take long to find. Is that good? Have I got a good brain for identifying objects in 3D space or something? Is there some science behind it, or is it just one of those things? That was earlier this stream. Yeah, okay. It could well have been. Like I say, you could have told me it was Monday. You could have told me it was a week ago. The way my week has gone, I haven't slept very much. My brain is broken. I am very much ready for the next few days of being away. I'm an advanced builder, am I? See, to me, I would say an advanced builder is someone who can come up with something for themselves, which I can't really do. So I would argue I'm not. I'm a fast amateur. But it annoys Anna. We've got a set that we're potentially going to build together on stream when we get back from Florida. Because ironically, after everything we've talked about land this evening, we've had a PR company reach out to us on behalf of Lego. So it's not a LAN thing, but we were offered a Lego set. It's similar to how it worked with the Fortnite stuff we got a year or two back. We got the full wave of Fortnite stuff through a PR agency. So it was from Lego, but it wasn't like we had no contact with Lego, but it was free sets from Lego. So we have had a little bit of free Lego over the years. That one set, that one bunch of Fortnite sets. But yeah, one of the I won't specify which set, but if you look at what's coming out over the next week or two, it's probably not hard to guess which set it might be. And because it's something very different to the kind of thing we'd normally build, and we both want to have a go, we've said, well, let's build it together on stream. So I think we're going to build it together on stream, and I am already preparing myself for the arguments because we build at such different speeds, and yeah, we're going to squabble for sure. There is also the chance that, because we get so many emails from absolute chancers, this is why I have management and don't handle this stuff myself. It could be that it's actually just a hoax. There's nothing to it and we won't be getting it. So that's the other reason I don't want to talk about it just yet. Is it supposed to be a 2-man? I don't know. I've not looked into it in that much detail. It's big, so I guess. I mean, we'll figure it out. What's the worst that can happen, eh? Yeah, that's what I mean. It'll be a great first stream back. And if it is all an elaborate internet hoax, I gave them Matt's address to send it to because we're not going to be at home. So it's Matt's problem now. So if it comes, it's being delivered to him. If it doesn't come, it's his house that is now all over the internet. So it's win-win for us, really. There's no downside. If it arrives, super duper. Has Dave gone to his holiday home? Not yet. He'll be going tomorrow. I'm not sure what bit we're building. Are we building like the back of the boat? Maybe. We don't have a PO box. No, we used to have a PO box, but we stopped it because we can't have nice things. We got sent a ridiculous amount, as if there's a not ridiculous amount. We were sent a ridiculous amount of AstroTurf samples in all sorts of colours from every company that's ever sold AstroTurf. Like every day there would be 20 packs of AstroTurf arriving. Just sample pieces like this big. Our recycling bin was just forever full of AstroTurf samples. So that was kind of spoiling the fun of having a PO box. But then the last straw was somebody sent a letter specifically to Andy that was just full of Nazi like propaganda stuff. And it's like, yeah, you know what? We don't need people to be able to send us stuff. So we'll shut that down, and we've not had one since. Just a heads up, hopefully you already packed sunscreen. It can get pretty humid in Florida and mosquitoes could be out and hungry. We've got a lot of sunscreen. What we don't have is any kind of bug spray. So that's probably something we should look to pick up. I hadn't thought of that. I've got anti-chafing stuff. I've got stuff to cool us down. I've got sunscreen and after sun, lots of, but I don't have anything to stop mosquitoes eating me. He doesn't live with his mum, no. The reason we did, he actually sent me a message last week saying, if you are planning on getting anything that's being delivered while you're away, give them my address so my mum doesn't have to come round and get them from your house. So, yeah, he's preempted needing his mum to come and help. I think the reason we were getting so much AstroTurf is because some clown realised they didn't have proper checks in place on their free samples on their website. Because it was always from the same company. And it was just all, it would come to our PO box just under loads of random names. So they'd get one of every colour every day, pretty much. To random, just loads of random made up names were all coming to our PO box. So I guess they figured out that this particular AstroTurf company, it was all automated. They didn't check the addresses were unique. As long as it was unique names, they sent it. So yeah, we just kept getting AstroTurf samples, which is such a pain in the backside, because we had the version of a PO box where it got basically forwarded to our address. So the postman would turn up every day with a bag of AstroTurf samples for us. And they were like, yeah, it is annoying. It was annoying them as much as it was annoying us. And there's nothing you can do to stop it happening. But yeah, just the life of a content creator. The lengths people will go to just try and ruin your day. You can easily get bug spray at any CVS, Walgreens or Publix. Anna has Walgreens on her list, so I'm sure we'll go to one. I mean, to be honest, you can buy them at any Boots here, so we'll probably just buy some tomorrow. I think we're probably going to stop in at the Trafford Centre on the way up to Pabby. So we're not actually picking Pabby up until a Sunday morning. But I don't want to do all the driving in one day. So me and Anna are just having a leisurely drive up tomorrow, staying near his house. And then we'll all leave tomorrow, all leave together on Sunday. Is that right? Mr. Peace. Which should be my name, Mr. Peace. Missed 2 pieces, in fact. Walgreens is definitely overpriced. I mean, we're on holiday. Everything's going to be overpriced. We're going to be spending most of the 2 weeks in Disney. Anything that's not Disney price is going to feel like a bargain. Oh. Very tasty that is too. Best bang for your buck is Walmart. Yeah, we'll definitely do Walmart. Does Pab have a family? Pab's a mysterious man. I know very little about him. And that's about as much as I know. I'm sure Anna knows more than me. I mean, he has relatives, if that's what you mean. I've heard him mention several people he's related to. But I'm assuming he's not got like a wife and 3 kids that he's leaving at home while he comes to Florida with us. But I haven't checked. I'm assuming he hasn't. He's been on holiday with us before. The big advantage is he's as socially awkward as we are, so it's not a conversation we've ever had. Well, it's certainly not a conversation I've ever had with him. It's not something I'd think to ask. Can you imagine? We go there to pick him up on Sunday and he's there saying goodbye to all his kids. I'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. I kind of hope that's what happens. That would be phenomenal. You mentioned Pab is sitting between you and Anna. Why? Because Anna doesn't want to sit next to me. It's a long flight. And she's not allowed to take a weapon. So it's best that she's not sat next to me. Plus, Anna likes to sit in the window and I like to sit in the aisle. Oh. It would certainly remove Sheepdog's excuse for not coming if we meet Pab's 19 children at the weekend. Because the reason Sheepdog's not coming is because apparently it wouldn't go down well with his kids if he disappeared off to Disney for 2 weeks without them. Which seems like just a fancy way of saying he doesn't like us and doesn't want to come. Seems like a pretty poor excuse to me. If he wanted to come, none of that would matter. How do you go in? Ah, there we go. Oh, that fits together beautifully. What a clever little... I can't really show you with the camera angle we've got available, but that whole back area fits in so seamlessly and cleverly. That's really, really cleverly done. An ultimate bag. Is short stay going? Short stay is not going, no. Short stay can't come somewhere for 2 weeks. It'd ruin his gimmick. If you want cheap, Family Dollar and Dollar General will also carry bug spray. Anna really wants to go to places like that as well. They're on her list. She wants to go to all of the American places she's seen on the internet and the TV. Am I almost done? Yeah, one more bag after this. And then we're done. Why are you getting bored? You don't have to stay. Oh, we've got fruit and vegetables and things going in here. A banana. A carrot. We have little grapes, green cherries. We have the pretzel fruit going in as well. We also have a little red apple, some red cherry things, or I guess pinky purpley ones, and then whatever fruit that's supposed to be, the egg fruit, and the croissant fruit. Okay, now we've got our little pieces from bags 3, 5, 7 and 9. So we've got 2 matching ones here. We've got 2 of these. So 2 Kuro, 1 Don Krieg and 1 Arlong. And these wanted posters all go in here. Can't believe how fast you built it. We don't mess around, boys and girls. We're here for a good time, not a long time. I mean, it is only like 1,300 pieces. It's not a big set. Right, so we have some cargo. So that goes in the middle there. Again, it slots in so neatly and cleverly. I'm very much enjoying this set. Will Donald Duck memorabilia potentially be purchased? 100%. That is my main thing I'm there for. Can you believe, by the way, we can talk about it because she's not here, Anna doesn't want me to take Fugglers with me. I only want to take 4 or 5. What am I supposed to do without Fugglers? I've not been on a trip without some Fugglers with me for a long time. She's like, yeah, but the more Fugglers you take, the less room you're going to have for all of your new toys and merch and stuff. And yes, she's right. However, I've got to have some Fugglers with me. So I'll just take a couple. I won't take any of the really big ones, but I've got to take a couple of Fugglers. Otherwise, it's madness. goes in here. Clunk. The Brickhead 2-pack gift with purchases back. I wonder if they had too much of stock left. What, the Fortnite one? Yeah, I suspect that's exactly what it is. They had loads left over, and they decided to get rid of them. That's usually why gifts with purchase come back round a second time, because they have too many of them left over. 4 or 5 is quite a lot. You sound like Anna. I'd want to take a bag just for fugglers, so I can have like 15 with me, including some of the big ones. And I'm only semi-joking. Like, if I had unlimited luggage, I would take... So I took like 4 on the cruise. I like fugglers. We've got a little anchor. There will almost certainly be a photo of Kev standing with Donald Duck. I mean, I did enjoy Donald Duck in Paris the other year. It'd be cool to hang out with him again. He is my kind of guy. Although Anna hates Daisy because she flirts with me. Anna's convinced I'm going to leave her for Daisy Duck. And as I keep telling her, I probably won't. But that doesn't seem to reassure her. Will Lego only give 1 Darksaber to each qualifying person, or you can buy more than one? I mean, in store, it would only be 1 per person. Online, you can do multiple orders and usually get multiple. Like, you can't buy a £700 Millennium Falcon and say, can I have 5 Darksabers, please, because I spent 700 and something pounds. It would have to be separate transactions. Are you getting the Darth Vader big fig coming out in June? I'm going to get the Darth Vader bust. Is that what you mean? Or is there something else? I'm not sure I'm familiar with a Darth Vader big fig. I don't really... Oh, the like the upscale minifigure. Is that confirmed now? I knew there was one rumoured for this year. Last time I saw, we didn't have a date. But yes, I will be. Have I got the 24-pack of Fugglers from Costco? Yes, I have. I'm not allowed to take it with me. I haven't opened them yet. But yeah, I've got them. They're sat in my office, ready to be opened at some point. But I need a Fuggler injection in my life. Yeah, I forgot there was an upscale minifigure coming. Yeah, I've kind of got myself into having to get all the upscale minifigures now. There's supposed to be a Pokemon trainer one as well, isn't there? And a Mrs. Claus. We might be getting 3 upscale minifigures this year. Which does make me worry a little bit. I know they've been popular, and I do like the fact I've got a complete collection of them at the moment. But if they're going to start to do 3 or 4 a year across all sorts of different themes, we might have to bow out of that before we get too carried away. Because I don't want to have to start getting them for themes I'm not interested in. It's bad enough that I'm going to have to buy a Star Trek one. You should play Tomodachi Life on Switch. I have played about 40 hours of Tomodachi Life since it came out. I have unlocked everything, and I'm having the time of my life with it. That's the reason I haven't slept much over the last week, because I've been playing that game. I love it. Although Digital Anna rejected Digital Kev so much that he lost interest, and he's now married to Tahani from The Good Place. To be fair, Digital Anna is going out with Ron Swanson off of Parks and Rec, so it's fine. As I've explained to Anna, none of it's real. And at least I haven't put Daisy Duck in the game. And that made her feel better. But yeah, that's I'm really very much enjoying that. The Switch is on a bit of a roll at the moment with Pocopia and that releasing so close together. The only games I'm playing at the moment are Switch games. Does Anna play Disney Dreamlight Valley? She has played it. She's not played it as much as me. I love it. Yeah, she has played it. Right, we need little flags. Little flags. So that goes through yonder, and then so this now goes on there, and we have our first little flag in situ. I think the face of the buildable Shrek is strange. I think it's the best buildable face they've done on anything for ages. I actually said in my reaction to it that it's nice that the curse seems to be over and they've actually done a good face on something. Compared to some of the buildable faces we've had recently, Shrek looks kind of like Shrek, which is high praise indeed on recent form. I'm a little bit confused why the set is called Shrek, Donkey and Puss in Boots, and Puss in Boots is just a minifigure. That seems confusing to my tiny handsome brain, but I'll get over it. I'll be fine. I did enjoy your interactions with Daisy. So did I. It was a good time. Right, so where does this go in? This goes here. Like that. We're getting the sails on. Okay, I've got my Holy, can confirm that matcha lime and mint is indeed very nice. It is, isn't it? It's very, very pleasant. I kind of wish the, moving on from Holy. Holy's great. Buy some. The link is in the pinned comment, the pinned chat. I kind of wish the Black Pearl had sails made of this plasticky material, because we kind of ruined the sails, packing them and bringing them home from the cruise. Although part of me does think it actually makes it look more weathered and used rather than being freshly ironed out of the box, but with all the neatly cut holes in them to make them look used. At least they now look used like they're supposed to. Right, another bit that goes on to hide a secret compartment. And we continue adding poles. You can never have too many poles. This is when it starts to slow down, the build, when it gets a little bit fiddly with the little Technic pins and all this. This is when you can see Technic is not as in my comfort zone as Lego System. I can slap bricks together in no time, but Technic does take me a little bit longer. What's your thought of the Lego 15th anniversary Ninjago minifigures? I'm not really a Ninjago guy, and I'm definitely not a minifigure guy, so I'm probably not the person to ask. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about minifigures in general. I mean, I think it's nice to have them to make a set come alive, but I wouldn't ever like separate them from the set and put them on display or anything like that. I just like them to play with. There's a Sega console as well. Oh my word. Topher is literally editing right now and every set coming out this summer video, and half of these aren't on it. I mean, luckily it wasn't intended to be like a comprehensive list video. It was more of a look how expensive the summer is going to be video. But still, they need to chill it with the leaks, and maybe try doing some official announcements for some stuff. So much got leaked last weekend that hasn't been announced yet. Are you excited about all the new sets when they get officially revealed? Yes. Yes, I am. I mean, let me rephrase that. I'm not excited about all of them. I'm excited about a lot of them. Some of them I'm very indifferent to. But the majority, no, that's not even true. There's a lot that I am excited about. There's more than enough that I want for me to be an acceptable level of excited, is the best way to phrase it, I think. There's a lot of cool stuff on the way. I would argue, and do argue in a video that you'll be able to watch on Sunday, maybe too much coming this summer. I don't think we've ever had a summer like it. I think it's going to be genuinely insane when you look at not just the volume of sets that are coming, but the volume of big, expensive, premium sets that are coming. The amount of like £300 plus sets that are coming. There was a time when you'd only get a few of them a year. Now we're getting more than that every month, certainly over the summer. Most months there's going to be like 4 or 5 real big premium sets, which is insane. And he's going to upset some people who like to try and have a bit of everything, because there's certainly no way anyone's going to get close this summer. Even if you're a collector of just one theme. Like if you like buildings, which is kind of my thing. I think buildings are my thing more than anything. But you've got Sagrada Familia, you've got Tower Bridge, you've got Disney Main Street. There's the Helicarrier, which is kind of loosely building adjacent-ish. There's probably many more that I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's so much. The big Lord of the Rings building that's coming as well. Mustn't forget that. I mean, that's not for me, but it's for a lot of people. I've used the wrong colour one of these somewhere. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just means we've got a little bit of a grey bit there. I'm not going to go back and find it and correct it, because I'm not that bothered. Go on, in you go. Yeah, I heard there's going to be a minifigure of a tourist with Mickey Mouse ears and one wearing like a Star Wars t-shirt. I think it is cool. The Main Street set's going to be awesome. I am very excited for that one. That's probably my most anticipated set of the summer, I think. It's just a shame it's coming out in June rather than May. If it was coming out in May, I'd be sat here now stressing about how I'm going to get it home, because I'd definitely be buying it there. The ship looks good. The ship looks awesome. I'm really enjoying this build. There were 756 sets released in 2025 across all themes. Do you think the number of sets released will go over 1,000 this year? I wouldn't be surprised, looking at the amount we've got coming this summer. Huh? What have I done wrong here? Oh, nothing. Nothing. Question, will the Disney street set go in the city? Possibly. It depends what it ends up being like. It's hard to say until we know more about it, until we've seen it. If it's an open back thing like Diagon Alley, it probably makes more sense for it to be on display in the living room with Anna's Disney Castle rather than in the city. Whereas if it's modular, then obviously it fits in the city. So we will we'll wait and see. We'll decide when we know more. Right, second flag is on. Oh, upside down. Probably shouldn't have it upside down. I'm not a pirate, but I think you fly your flag the right way up most of the time. Right, last bag. Here we go. Get everything in there. I need Anna's tray to dump my pieces into. Final bag. Bag the tent. Congrats on over 40k. Yeah, that happened at some point. I don't know when. But that's cool. Outside chance of 100 by the end of the year? Probably not, but you never know. One viral video might get us there. Would love that third plaque. Although Anna's already claimed this one. Because the other two are in my office. So I think Anna wants one for the living room. Which I suppose is fair enough. Come on then. Final Lego that I'll click together in this country for a couple of weeks. Oh, it's so sad. Good job I'll be able to build plenty while I'm there. I've packed a load of freezer bags to put sets in to bring home. I've planned ahead. Don't ever let it be said, I don't plan ahead. For I do. Oh, wrong one. I am struggling to see over this ship to the instruction manual. This is where standing it on the tray would be helpful. Then you wouldn't be able to see what I was doing. Is it closer to you, for you to fly from Heathrow or Manchester? It's about the same. It doesn't really make a difference. It's the advantage of the Midlands. We might not have a Lego store, but we've got like 6 airports that we can fly from, and they're all pretty doable. Currently 28 degrees there. Yeah, Anna was saying earlier. I don't mind that. I was expecting it to be like mega hot. 28 degrees I can live with. I mean, we get 28 degrees here in the summer quite regularly. 28 degrees is fine. I was worried it was going to be like 35 the whole time and I was going to be miserable. But if it stays below 30, that's manageable. We can work with that. Won't be able to see the final results. Don't worry, you'll be able to watch the stream stays on the channel. You don't have to watch it live. You can come back and see the end. Watch it tomorrow. Okay, that goes on there. There it is. See, Oxford is getting a Lego store. Why can't we have one in Cambridge? Agreed. It should at least they should at least give it to whoever wins the boat race or something. I have no idea who won the boat race most recently, but it shouldn't just be given to Oxford. They should have to battle for it. It's now 5-0 to Forest. Wow. I went at the end of May and it was over 100 Fahrenheit several years ago. Yikes. Yeah, I couldn't cope with that. When we were planning it, we did look at temperatures at different times of the year. We didn't just randomly pick these dates. I think this was again, we'll touch wood because obviously anything can happen, but this gave us the best balance of like manageable temperatures with less chance of like hurricanes or particularly unpleasant weather on that side of things. So fingers crossed the research was all worth it, because obviously, getting back to what we talked about earlier, we don't have to worry about aiming for the school holidays or anything. We can go whenever we want. So yeah, these dates were picked in terms of hoping it would be the best experience to go at this time of year. So hopefully we are proven to be geniuses, because if there's one thing in life I like, it's being proven to be a genius. Florida gets quick rainstorms most days in the afternoon. Yeah, we've got packable ponchos. We read about that, so we're prepared for that. We've got little fold-up ponchos that we can just sling on when that happens. Why is that not right? Because I've missed a piece, that's why. Question: if I see you in Florida and you're recording something, can I still walk up and say hello? Yeah, definitely. I can always edit it out if you don't want to be part of the video, or you can say hello on the video. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always happy for people to say hello. And make sure you say hello to Anna, because it really embarrasses her and amuses me. So don't just say hello to me. Say hello to Anna as well. Yeah. This is going to be something that's really clever again, isn't it, when we get to it? Because this set keeps having really clever moments. I think it's a really nice set. If you spot this on a discount, it is well worth it. I've held off on picking this up for nearly a year because I hadn't watched the show. And I'm sure I would have enjoyed it even more if I'd have finished watching the show before building it, but I couldn't wait any longer because I love a pirate ship. And this is a great pirate ship. Oh, my bucket. Okay, there's a different animal off screen. Oh yeah, absolutely. I've got no social skills at all. My everything I do on stream and on camera is all like it's masking, it's acting. I've learned the scripts to use in certain situations, but so I know the kind of things that normal people say and can say them. What I still haven't learned to do at 43 years old is recognise social cues from others. So if prompted, I can say normal things and sound like a normal human, but I struggle with having a conversation because I don't really know how to like react to what other people are saying, which is why in situations like this I don't necessarily scream obviously autistic, but anyone who's ever met me in person is like, okay, yeah, now I see it, now I get it. The autism is strong in this one. And once again, that has come together so beautifully, so cleverly. What a great set. Oh, okay. That is supposed to go in there. I think we're doing trees. Why is there trees on a boat? Is this stuff I'm going to learn about in future episodes? We'll have no spoilers. Soon-to-be wife told me flowers on our wedding day next Saturday. Told me no flowers next to bad hay fever. I bought the botanical roses today. Hopefully it goes down well. Of course it will. You're going to seem like a hero. What a lovely gesture. Right, we have a little tree which goes in there, and then we build another little tree. Why is there Don't tell me. Why is there trees? Do not tell me. But I am interested about why there's trees on the boat. Oh, can't get this bit in. It's too small and fiddly for my gigantic fingers. There we go. Oh. This bit is fiddly. It's a tiny little piece. I've already done it once, but I'm being a bit heavy-handed with it now. All right. Ah, you poo head. Yep, you're a poo head. I prefer to interact online. I wouldn't say I prefer to interact online necessarily. I know the rules online because I've been doing it for so long. Like in a situation like this, I can control which messages I notice, which ones I react to. Is this literally going to slot in? Oh my word, what a clever build this is. That is extraordinary. What a set. This is top tier stuff. And now we put the flags on. Or the sails. This has definitely earned its spot in the Lego City. This is a very cool Lego set. And it does make me very excited for the rest of the One Piece stuff. I think I've earned myself the big 18 plus One Piece set now. Now I've built this, I think I'm allowed to get that. Really like the Lego ships, in particular pirate ships. I wish Lego would go back to the original pirate theme. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice, but I don't think they will because they've got a licensed one now. I saw something someone put somewhere. Can't be more accurate than that because I don't remember. But apparently one of the new One Piece sets is listed under the old Pirates theme category. To basically confirm that Lego consider One Piece their pirate theme now. In the same way as Star Wars is space. I guess, what, Lord of the Rings is castle? So yeah, I think this is our pirate theme now. For the foreseeable. Which I'm not going to complain about too hard. Because I think it's great. And now we can load bits in the front. Remember not to get these in your eye. But we can. Play feature. Not in your eye! Beautiful stuff. That, boys and girls, is complete. What a great little ship. What a great set. Let's get the minifigures on it. So we'll pop him. Oh, he can sit at the front there, can he? So we'll pop him at the front, sitting on there. Mr. Swords can go there. And we've got these rascals. I don't know who some of these guys are yet because I've not met them. I don't think. I think there's only 3 people on the boat the stage I met. So I think we've met her. Is he the bad guy? There you go. That is a great Lego set. It was great fun to build. But boys and girls, we are going to wrap things up there. We've slightly overrun because if we hadn't have had the computer shenanigans, that would have been dead on 3 hours. And I'd have been like the most professional streamer in the history of the world. As it is, we ran over ever so slightly, but I'm sure you'll forgive me. As I mentioned at the start of the stream, the next stream now will be 3 weeks today. So we'll be back for the 15th of May. You're obviously going to have a lot of content from Florida between now and then. And there might even be a stream from there, but there'll certainly be a lot of videos, a lot of TikToks, Reels. So make sure you're following us in all of the places. And yeah, we'll endeavour to have a lovely time and be back with you very, very soon. But thank you for watching. Toodle pip. I need to go and make sure I've got plenty of holy packed to take with me, because otherwise I'll be a very thirsty boy. Thank you for watching.